Greetings, my friends. Sit ye down, and hear tales of the past, told by the ancient flame. There are many tellings of these stories, and this one's mine. In the beginning, there was nothing that could be named. There was no sun, no sky, no river, nor breath of wind. There was only chaos, a yawning void, a darkness without edges and without end. From that emptiness, the first stirrings of a life began, though no eye could see them and no tongue could speak of them. From chaos arose Gaia, the earth, solid and enduring, who would bear all that lives upon her. Alongside her came Tartarus, the deep abyss, vast and terrible, a prison and a place of darkness beneath the world. From the same void was born Eros, the force that draws all things together, bringing creation into being, and who would eventually become love. And from there too came Nyx, night, and Erebus, darkness, companions of the hidden places who shroud the world in mystery. Gaia, growing in her strength and fullness, longed to bring life into the empty sky. From her own she bore Uranus, the sky, tall and endless, who stretched above her, covering the lands she had formed. Gaia and Uranus were united, and from their union came their first children, mighty and strange. From them, the Titans, beings of vast power, the Cyclops, one-eyed smiths of fire, and the Hecatonchires, the 100-handed ones, whose physical strength was beyond measure. Yet Uranus feared these children, for he saw that they were strong and would challenge him. He cast them into the depths of Gaia herself, hiding them away where none could see. Gaia groaned in pain beneath the weight of her imprisoned children. She plotted with the youngest of her titans, Kronos, who was cunning and brave. "Strike against them, my child," she said. "Seize the power that is yours and free your brothers." And so Kronos, with a sickle Gaia had made herself, struck down Uranus, castrating him and casting him down from the heavens. Uranus's severed parts were cast into the ocean, and that area began to froth and foam forevermore. After Kronos had seized the throne of the Titans, the heavens were his to command. He married Rhea, fair and wise amongst the Titans, and together they bore children who were destined to rule the heavens and the earth. Yet a prophecy of old, whispered by Gaia herself, weighed upon Kronos like a shadow he could not escape. It was said that one of his own children would rise against him, would strike him down, and would take the throne for their own. Fear gnawed at his heart, and in his fear he acted cruelly. Each child Rhea bore, he swallowed at the moment of their birth. First came Hestia, gentle and serene, whose flame would one day warm the hearths of mortals. Then Demeter, mother of grain and fruit, whose bounty feeds the earth. After her, Hera, destined to be queen of the gods, and then Hades, and then Poseidon. Each was swallowed into Kronos' own body, hidden deep within him, lost to the world. And with each act, the earth wept, and Gaia's sorrow once more deepened. Rhea grieved her children. She could not endure to lose the last, for she knew that Zeus, the youngest, held the hope of all that might be. When the hour of his birth came, Rhea devised a plan. She fled to a secret place far from the eyes of Kronos, and there she bore the child Zeus. Swiftly she wrapped a great stone in swaddling clothes and brought it before Kronos. "Behold thy child," she said. Kronos, unsuspecting, swallowed the stone, believing it to be his son. And thus the child Zeus was hidden, secreted away from his father's cruel grasp. Zeus grew in a remote land, nourished by the earth itself. Some say he was fed by the milk of the goat Amalthea, whilst others claim he was raised by nymphs hidden in caves amongst the mountains, where the winds whispered secrets of the skies. There he learned courage and wisdom, cunning and patience. Though hidden, he felt the weight of destiny upon him, and he knew that one day he must return, that the chains of his father's fear must be broken. When Zeus reached full strength of manhood, he returned to free his siblings. Some accounts say he gave Kronos a mighty draught, a potion that forced him to disgorge the children he had swallowed, bringing up Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades and Poseidon back to the light of the world. Others speak of clever magics, of trickery that compelled the Titan to obey the will of the hidden sun. In any telling, the children are restored, and the promise of the prophecy drew ever closer. Now the stage was set for a great war between the new Olympians and the old Titans, a war that would shake heaven and earth. Zeus, standing amongst his brothers and sisters, vowed to fulfill the destiny whispered since the first days of creation. The Titans, vast and terrible, remembered the power of the old order and would not surrender easily. Yet Zeus was cunning and strong, and full of the wisdom that comes from being hidden and tested. The struggle was long, fierce, and terrible. It was said that the earth trembled and the mountains quaked and the rivers turned red with the efforts of battle. The Titans fought with the strength of ancient power, but Zeus called forth allies, the Hecaton Kyries, the 100-handed giants who had been imprisoned by Uranus. With their might they hurled mountains and shook the very sky. The Cyclops, who Zeus also freed, forged weapons of thunder and lightning, the first ever wielded by the gods. With these gifts, Zeus and his siblings drove the Titans from their strongholds and cast them into the deepest abyss, Tartarus, where they would remain bound, guarded by ancient and terrible powers of the underworld. Thus the prophecy was fulfilled. Zeus, the hidden child, now stood as king of the gods. He divided the cosmos amongst his siblings. Poseidon was given the vast and restless seas, Hades the shadowed realms of the dead, and the sky and Olympus remained under the watch of Zeus himself. Order was brought from chaos, and the heavens, the earth, and the seas were ruled according to justice and strength. And so it was that from fear, cunning, and patient endurance, the mightiest of gods arose. Zeus, hidden in the days of infancy, became lord of the heavens, and the children of Rhea took their place as rulers and guardians of the world. The Titans, mighty as they were humbled, and mankind, who would come later, would look to the gods with awe, knowing that the power of destiny, when it is patient and wise, cannot be denied. Thus ends the tale of Zeus's rise, the tale of the prophecy fulfilled, and the world made ready for the reign of the Olympians. And with that, my friends, I grow weary, and so bid you good night.